Welcome, everyone. Good afternoon. Welcome to QPAC Live, a program of the Queensborough Performing Arts Center. We are so glad you're with us this afternoon, the big Memorial Day weekend. And each week, as you know, we come to you live to celebrate the arts and to bring you programming that is exciting and unique. And today is no exception. Now, unlike when we're together in the theater, today you can interact with us. You can just type in your questions during the broadcast and interact with the artists or interact with me. And that's going to be a lot of fun. So we want you to stick around for the Q&A. But first, today we are celebrating the music of Michael Buble, and it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you Shades of Buble. Please enjoy this performance.
Hey everybody, it's Drew from Shades of Buble. If you didn't see our live concert at the Queensborough Performing Arts Center, or if you've never seen us in concert before, I just wanted to tell you a little bit about the group before we get started. We are a three-man tribute to Michael Buble. That means we do not imitate him at all, we just celebrate him and his great music. So what we've done is we've taken those songs that he has recorded, the songs he has performed live, and those great pop songs that he has written over the years, and we combined it with the cool three-part harmony sound of the guide groups from the 1950s and 60s to bring our audiences a brand new experience. Of course, we sing some of his big band Frank Sinatra covers. We also do some of those great Motown and rock and roll covers of his, as well as his original pop songs, like I mentioned earlier. So please sit back and enjoy these never-before-seen videos from our world premiere concert in 2015. We're excited to watch these with you guys as well, and we'll be around for the Q&A after. Thanks.
Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. And we're feeling in the sea, you know how I feel. We're running free, you know how I feel. Blossom on the tree, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. And we're feeling good. Dragonfly out in the sun, you know what it means to know. Butterflies all having fun, you know what I mean. Sleep in peace when day is done, that's what I mean. And this old world is a new world and a bold world for me. All right, folks, let's hear it for the amazing Shades of Buble Orchestra. Stars, when you shine, you know how I feel. Scent of the pine, you know how I feel. Oh, freedom is mine, and I know how I feel. So Hey fellas, come on, let's swing. Hey Drew, you got the world on a string.
I got the world on a string. I'm sitting on a rainbow. Got that string around my finger. Oh, what a world, oh, what a life. I'm in love. I got a song that I sing, and I can hit the rainbow anytime I move my finger. Lucky me, can't you see? I'm in love. Oh, life's a wonderful thing, as long as I've got that string. I'd be a silly so and so if I should ever let you go. I got the world on a string. I'm sitting on a rainbow. I got that string around my finger. Oh, what a world, what a life. I'm in love. Zizu, divu, divo. Whoa!
The best is yet to come, and babe, won't it be fine? You think you've seen the sun, but you ain't seen it shine. Wait till the warm-up's underway, and wait till our lips have met. Wait till you see that sunshine day. You ain't seen nothing yet. The best is yet to come, and babe, won't it be fine? The best is yet to come, come the day you're mine. Come fly with me, let's fly away. If you can use some exotic booze, there's a bar in far Bombay. Come fly with me, let's fly away, away, away. Come fly with me, let's float down to Peru. In the land, there's a one-man band. It's room for you. Come fly with me, let's take off in the blue. So I get you up there where the air is rarefied. We'll just fly. Sorry. Once I get you up there, I'll be holding you You may hear just because we're together. Otherwise, it's such a lovely day. You just say those words and we'll meet those words. Now to Acapulco Bay. It's so perfect for a flying honeymoon. They say, come fly with me, we'll fly, let's fly. Come on, my baby, just pack up, let's fly away. Another summer day has come and gone away in Paris and Rome, but I wanna go home. Maybe surrounded by a million people, I still feel all alone. Just wanna go home. Oh, I miss you, you know. And I've been keeping all the letters that I wrote to you. Each one a line or two. I'm fine, baby, how are you? And I would send them, but I know that it's just not enough. My words were cold and flat, and you deserve more than that. Another girl play another sunny place. I'm lucky, I know, but I wanna go home. I got to go home. Let me go home. I'm just too far from where you are. I wanna go home. Ooh, oh, bring me home. And it feels just like I'm living someone else's life. It's just like I stepped outside when everything was going right. And I know just why you could not come for me. For this was not your dream, but you always believed in me. Another winter day has come and gone away, in either Paris or Rome, and I wanna go home. Let me go home. And I'm surrounded by a million people. I still feel alone, and let me go home. Oh, I miss you, you know. Let me go home. I've had my run, baby, I'm done. I gotta go home. Let me go home. It'll all be alright. I'll be home tonight. I'm coming back home. You are nobody until somebody loves you. You're nobody till somebody cares. Now you may keep, you may possess the world and its gold, but gold will never buy your happiness when you're growing old. You know the world is the same. You'll never change, just as sure as the stars shine above. Well, you are nobody until somebody comes and loves you. So find yourself somebody to love. I said the world, it still is the same. You'll never change, just as sure as the stars shine above. Oh, good God, baby, you ain't nobody until someone loves you. So find yourself somebody. I have got to be that body that you made. So go look at the box and find yourself That's life. That's what all the people say. You're riding high in April, you're shot down in May. But I know I'm gonna change that tune. When I'm back on top in June, I say that's life. As funny as it may seem, some people get their kicks stomping on your dreams. But I won't let it get me down. 'Cause this final world keeps spinning around. I'm a pirate, a poet, a pawn and a king. I've been up and down and over and out, and I know one thing. Each time I find myself flat on my face, I pick myself up and get back in the race. That's life, and I can't deny it. I thought of quitting, maybe, but this heart wouldn't buy it. If I didn't think it was worth one single try, I'd hop right on that big bird and then fly. A pirate, a pirate, a pirate, a pawn and a king. I've been up and down and over, but I know one thing. Each time I find myself flat on this face, I pick myself up and get back in the race. That's a love. That's right. I can't deny it. I can't quit, baby. This heart was mine. So if there's nothing shaking on this year, I'm gonna roll, gonna roll, gonna roll, and
Well, we are back. What did you think? I have to tell you that my heart is beating so fast because that's what happens when I watch entertainment like that. There is nothing better than live entertainment, and we're going to come back. I mean, we're getting there, just a little bit longer, but I must say that it was such a thrill to watch this group again. Of course, they performed at the Queensborough Performing Arts Center, and they will again as soon as we're back online with our new theater. But it brought back all those wonderful memories. So without further ado, I would like to bring in our friend Drew Pornell. Drew, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Doing okay. We are so happy to have you here with us today. Everybody's been buzzing, and we just finished watching a terrific performance. Wait a minute. I hear a knock at the door. Michael Valentine is with us too. Michael, come on in and join us.
Oh, hey, how's it going?
Up. There he is. Well, listen.
He's muted.
Two out of the three. No, I think we can hear him now. 2 out of the 3 is not bad. Michael, how are you doing?
I'm doing fantastically. Thank you. How are you?
Doing okay. Just wanted to let you gentlemen know that we've gotten so many nice compliments already. People love the show. Many of them have seen the show. They love the voices. They love the harmonies. And so we're ready to go with our Q&A. I'm sure there's going to be questions as we go along. So this is our sort of 10 minutes, sometimes a few minutes longer Q&A. So here's my first question. Drew, I'll direct this toward you. Out of all of the performers that a group could pay tribute to, why Michael Buble?
Well, Ron DeStefano and Melissa Giattino, the two people that created our show 5 years ago, they had been performing with their own show, Two on Tap, for quite some time, and they had seen a lot of acts, and there's been a lot of tribute acts. There's several Jersey Boys groups, which are all great, Beatles, stuff like that. But Michael Bublé was so popular as a solo artist and had so many hits playing on the radio, but was also bringing back the cool kind of vintage style, So they were like, why don't we combine the two ideas into one? Because Michael Bublé is a name that people recognize, and they love him, but they also like hearing guys sing in harmony and put a new spin on things.
Well, that makes complete sense. Let me ask you, does Michael Bublé, that is, does Michael know about this show, do you think?
I'm sure he has. I mean, Michael Valentine can tell you this way. I don't know what the screen mirroring. He can tell you all the people we've met who know him. I think there's a long list.
Yeah. I feel like we've met pretty much everyone associated with Michael Bublé that is not Michael Bublé. We've met family members, some people that have babysat him, that know him, live down the street, are neighbors of his. So I would assume that he knows. What's that?
The dock where he keeps his boat.
They know all these intimate details. So I'm guessing that at least they know him. But yeah, he's not seen our show, but I'm pretty sure that he would be aware of it at this point for sure.
Well, it's interesting because Drew touched on an interesting topic. You said Michael Bublé had become so popular and so forth. So I actually have this question for the both of you. Mm-hmm. Were you very familiar, let's say, because you're both pretty young guys, were you familiar with Frank Sinatra's repertoire? Because of course, Michael Bublé does a lot of Sinatra. He does it his own way, but he does a lot of Sinatra. So my question is, were you familiar with the Sinatra songbook before you started singing Bublé? Or did you become familiar with the songbook because of singing Bublé? Drew, give me your answer first.
Okay, I was very familiar. I grew up watching a lot of old movies in my house. So, of course, I had seen a lot of the movies with Frank Sinatra, and then also, like the Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis movies. So I loved those. But my sister and I were kind of the strange kids in high school that would ride to school listening to our Rat Pack CD. So, yeah, I was familiar and loved the old styles.
What about you, Michael?
I was also very familiar with it. We actually just had one of these evenings this past weekend. Growing up, it was this thing with my father would be Fridays with Frank and Sundays with Sinatra with Sid Mark on the radio. And my mother and I actually recreated that this last weekend on Sunday. We had Sundays with Sinatra and we listened to some Sinatra music. So I would say that Shades kind of fleshed out my familiarity and knowledge of that kind of music, but I grew up with it, and it was kind of the first tunes. Those were the first tunes that were stuck in my head, would be those of Frank Sinatra, just from growing up and always having it as the atmosphere in my house.
It's so true. If you play some of this music for younger people, they grow up knowing it, and it's so nice because we want the music to stick around. I mean, these are standards, and we want people to know them, and we want to hear them again. So I think it's great what your parents did for you both. My niece she surprises me sometimes because a song will come on the radio and she'll start belting it out, and I'll look at her and I'll say, my God, how did you hear that song? And she said, well, Susan, growing up in this house, with all of my musical relatives, we've been exposed to it, so that's super great. Ron actually is with us today. He has a question. He wants to know, what is your favorite on-stage audience member story?
I can go first. So we do a number where we do a couple numbers in the show where we bring audience members on stage. Maybe not anymore after all of this, who knows? But we after we give the lady a free CD, we take her back to her seat, and then shortly after that comes the number "You're Nobody Until Somebody Loves You," which you just saw. And the lady we had brought up on stage brought it upon herself to come back onto the stage with me while I sang that number. So that was interesting because then it was so much fun. First of all, the audience was screaming louder than they've ever screamed for that number before. So I was like, maybe I should do this more often. But I had to figure out how to incorporate her into the number. So we kind of danced for a bit. We, the big last note, we both, I held her hand up and we just sang it. But the audience was laughing at first, and then they got the biggest cheer the song has ever gotten after that.
That is such a great story. Sometimes when things happen that you don't expect, it brings about the best result. So that's a great story. Michael, do you have one for us?
I mean, it's kind of hard to choose because when you bring somebody out of the audience onto the stage, anything can happen, and it does. So there's kind of a lot of things to choose from. But one of my favorite, I guess I'll say, is actually a couple years ago when I was on a cruise ship, I was doing Mrs. Jones, which is another moment in our show that wasn't in this particular set of clips, that we bring somebody else up on stage. And I would have to say that this person was just so warm and wonderful. Like while I was on stage, I just felt drawn to her as I went out there. That it was the performance where I discovered so many new things of what Miss Jones was about. And she had me like on my back on the floor singing to her, doing all the stuff I've never done in the song before. And fast forward 2 years later now, we are still friends. Her name is Nan, and I love her. And we are still friends to this day. So I would say one of my favorite on stage moments was getting to meet somebody like that. I've never met somebody on stage and then remained friends, because usually it's not the common place you meet people. But I would say that was one of the best, and it's not one of the crazy ones, but it definitely is one of the best.
What a great story. All right, so we're taking questions from the audience. Okay, this one, I know I saw this one. If you had to pick one song, your favorite song from this particular songbook, what would it be and why?
Michael, you go first.
Okay. I mean, I love them for so many different reasons. As far as maybe a song that I sing solo on would be probably That's Life. It's interesting watching it now because it is so different as things evolve over time as you get to do them. And it's so funny to watch baby short-haired me singing this song, being like, you don't even know what's going to happen.
Well, wait a minute. I have a question. Is the long hair because of COVID, or is the long hair just you're sporting a new look?
Well, let's just say it's not getting any shorter because of COVID, but it was happening before that. And now I guess this is what I got, unless I want to take a full-on buzzer to it. But I would say That's Life, just because it's one of those songs that you just kind of get wrapped up in. No matter where you are in your day, when you start a song or start whatever you're doing, you're at a certain place. But I find that by the end of that song, I am exactly where I want to be in a show like this. It somehow is kind of therapeutic thing. I feel like it's really fun to sing, and my favorite part is singing the first That's Life, and then everyone in the audience sings the That's Life back to you.
That's
like
right.
they'll do the echo of that first line. So that's when you know an audience is connected with you, and I really really enjoy that. And then for as far as like group numbers, I love Home. I love the harmonies in Home, and every time I get to sing it, I am just so grateful to get to make that kind of sound with a group of people.
Let me ask. That's Drew. What about you? What is your favorite song to sing?
Uh, I get to every once in a while sing a song on the show called "At This Moment" by Billy Vera. Um, it's a song not a lot of people know that Michael Buble covered, but they hear the song and they recognize it. It's also not a song that is really a huge show-stopping moment in the show, but just vocally, it's kind of my favorite one to sing. I guess it's the most in my voice, or no stress. It's just relaxing to sing it.
Anne wants to know how long have you been performing together? Now, I don't know if our audience knows this, but I think there was one Shades of Buble group, and then other gentlemen joined the group over a certain period of time. Is there more than one Shades of Buble that's touring presently, or is there just one right now?
We do not have separate set groups. So we have a few guys that can each rotate in and out of the 3 spots in the show. But we don't view it as this group or that group. The 8 or 9 of us all kind of mix and mingle together, and whoever's available. But Michael and I were there from day one, 5 years ago, in this past April, last month. We had our world premiere in theater, yes, with another guy, Zach, who you saw in the video. And then he almost immediately left to go be in several Broadway shows in a row, which is very nice. So we let him do that. He's gotten to pop back in every once in a while. And it's been good to see him, but we're really proud of him. And we've each kind of gone and done a couple other things here and there. But
Warren wants to know who writes your arrangements.
His name is David Snyder. Don't know if he's watching today, but he's very great. Wrote us some amazing harmonies. If you're a fan of theater, if you've ever heard of Plaid Tidings, Forever Plaid, there's a Christmas version, Plaid Tidings. I know he did arranging for that. So he's great at those tight harmonies.
And one of the people on the QPAC staff, I'm going to give him a shout out, Vinny. He made an interesting observation. He says there's 3 sides of Michael Buble: the sort of Sinatra classic side. There's the rock and roll Buble, and also there's the pop Buble. So he said, well, there are 3 of you, and Michael Buble has 3 distinctive sounds. So he wanted to know, each one of you, do you have a certain persona in the group, or do you just all switch it off?
Michael, who you are?
Yeah, I would say that we do have a distinct persona in the group. It does luckily mirror each of us enough that we can pull it off. But yeah, I would say that in the whole dynamic of all of it, I would be probably considered the rocker version of Michael Buble throughout all of that. And it stays pretty consistent throughout all of it. But I feel like all of us have little pieces of the other parts of him to kind of sew it all together a little bit. But I would say if you had to slap a label on it, I would probably be the rocker one.
Okay, so who are the other 2?
I guess I would be more of the crooner good boy of the group, if we're viewing it that way. And then
he's the Buble with consistent high Ds.
The middle part is kind of he does a lot of the pop tunes. Again, like Michael said, we each kind of go in and out of all the styles in the show. But yeah, I think that was the original idea, is that he does have so many different sides of him that we each kind of represented overall one of those sides.
Well, that's really great. Do you have a CD that folks can purchase? And if so, how would they do that?
You can order it on Amazon. Unfortunately, we are not digital yet. Maybe that's coming soon. But you can order a CD. I believe there's also ways to get there through shadesofbuble.com, which is our website. But yeah, or you can buy them when we get to perform again and come to one of our live shows, and we always have them.
Well, we're going to have you back when our new theater is under construction. It was paused briefly, and I think it's going to be starting up again in the next few weeks. And so we hope to have it ready to go in just a few short months. And after a $13 million renovation, we'd like very much. You're hearing it first now. You're hearing it here first. We'd like you to come back and perform for us in person. We have some friends. Also, I'm looking at our comments and our questions. Beth says, we need this show in Austin. We need the show in Austin. So we're lining up future gigs for you right now. Folks, just another moment. If you do have a question, please feel free to ask it now as we are slowly going to wrap up. But stick around because we do have an encore performance from Shades of Buble. We are so glad that you were all with us today. As you know, we come to you live every Friday. Let us know if there's a better time for you. We didn't want to step on family time, so we're doing it at 4:00. But if there is a better time for you, let us know, and we will try to accommodate you. Next week, we have another three-man group. They're called NYC3, and they're rockers. So they do all of the pop hits. We hope you will join us. We want to say a very special thank you to all of the legislators and council members who make this entertainment possible. Just taking a quick look now to see if there are any other questions. We need this show in Hartford. So Wendy says we need this show in Hartford. Brian says superb talent. And Denise says, we need you in PA. So, gentlemen, I hope that this gives you hope that you will be working for quite some time when things resume. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you again. Remember, next week we have NYC3, and they sing today's pop hits. And we're going to take you out with a special encore with the men of Shades of Buble. Thank you so much, Drew. Thank you so much, Michael.
Thank you for having us. Thank you.
And we look forward to seeing you again soon. Folks, you can keep your comments coming. Here is the encore of Shades of Buble. Thank you.
Now the end is near, so I face the final curtain. My friend, I'll say it clear, I'll state my case, of which I'm certain. I lived a life that's full, I traveled each and every highway, and much more than this, I did it my way. Regrets I have you, but then again, to mention, I did what I had to do, and so I grew without extension. I planned each charted course, each simple step along my way, and all more than this. I did it my way. For what is a man? What has he got? If not himself, then he has not to say the things he truly feels, and not the words of one who lives. But every shot I took the balls and did it my way. I faced it hard and answered the call and did it